I want to talk about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is the first of our habits that I want to build into your program. Now, you might have read about intermittent fasting in media or in magazines. So I think the key thing to know about intermittent fasting is it's not magic by any way. It is just a way of organising your nutrition and your day just to make it slightly easier to consume fewer calories and therefore to lose body fat. It makes logical sense, right? Like the less time of the day you have to eat, the fewer calories hopefully you'll be consuming. But don't kid yourself in thinking just because you're doing some sort of fasting protocol that that's going to be enough to stop you from gaining body fat. It really is just a way of organising your nutrition. There are, of course, some health benefits though to not constantly be eating. So one of the key health benefits is going to be giving your gastrointestinal system just a little bit of chance to fully rest and relax, digest all the food that's actually in the digestive tract. And it's important as well because a lot of the organs involved in digestion produce hormones and other chemicals that are really important for health. So it's just a really good idea to give the stomach a chance just to completely chill out. The other thing as well is that it gets you used to dealing with hunger slightly better. When you're in a period where you're looking to try and reduce body fat, hunger is always a thing that keeps pinging up as to be one of the reasons that people start to struggle. Now, it might sound weird, but it's actually easier to delay the first meal than it is to have either big gaps between meals or to eat small amounts throughout the course of the day. Because the second you start eating, the body produces two hormones, one's ghrelin and one's leptin. Now, these hormones are to do with satiation. So the second you start eating, leptin and ghrelin are released into the bloodstream and it's actually going to make you more hungry. Whereas if you fast or delay the first meal, you're just going to find it much easier to get through to the first meal and not feel really hungry. So it's a really great way to both manage hunger, but also for you as an experiment to realise that hunger really is just a habitual response to eating rather than actually being something that's a really important mechanism. So the type of fasting we're going to be doing is something called the 16-8. You might have heard of it before, which is great if you have, because it's very popular and it's popular for a reason. It's usually the easiest one to implement and it's really effective. So all you have to do is choose an 8-hour feeding window over the course of the day, and that then leaves you a 16-hour fasted window. Now it's up to you to decide where you position your 8-hour feeding window. I would personally always choose to start around about 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock noon and then eat all the way through to 7, 8 in the evening. Don't worry if one day is 15 hours, one day is 17 hours, don't try and micromanage it. It really is just about being roughly around those sort of times, just so it prolongs the gap between waking and that first meal. You can of course have black coffee and water first thing in the morning, but try and have it with as black coffee, no milk, and no calories really consumed until that first meal. The other benefit of this is, of course, when you're having your first meal around lunchtime, people start to actually don't mind eating more whole meals where you can have protein, carbohydrates, and some veggies. Sometimes when you're eating first thing in the morning, let's say at 7 a.m, it's hard to want to consume protein and it's definitely hard to want to consume vegetables. So it's also a really nice way of just bringing in a few more veggies into the day. So what you would do is you're going to choose the hours that you're going to be working with. They can be rough for this week because you can experiment over the course of the week and feed back to me to let me know how they've got on. So the key would be to have a meal at the beginning of the fast, a meal halfway through the fast, and a meal right at the end of the fast. So what I want you to do from here is to decide for the next week roughly what your fasting window is going to be. You're going to drop me a message into the Facebook group so I know, and then on our coaching call later this week, we'll have a chat to find out how you're getting on. Good luck.